Hello, everybody. This is Grayzo, and welcome to Lord of the Rings: Realms in Exile here in Crusader Kings. Today, we're going to play as Maglor the Minstrel, who is a elven character with a unique journey and some custom decisions, which I found really interesting. He's a medium start, so he's not too hard, not too easy, and he has a little bit of flavor text here. So, as it is told of Maglor that he could not bear the pain which the Cimmeril tormented him, and he cast it at last into the sea, and thereafter wandered ever upon the shore, singing in pain and regret beside the waves. Or so the singers say, yet in truth Maglor has not wandered such for almost an age of the world, though he remains prone in deep bouts of melancholy and introspection. Maglor has found some measure of peace in the isolation in his brother's old fortress. So he's located kind of in the northwest on this little tiny island up here. Some of the oldest Noldor followers have followed their way back to him, building simple community and removed from the affairs of men and elves. Yet Maglor remains the last ember of the mighty house of Fëanor. And with the right incentive, he could ignite a fire to light or consume the world. So let's go ahead and jump into Maglor here. So he does get a diplomacy buff. He has some interesting traits, which we'll jump in and have a look at when it loads up here. And there's two main decisions available for Maglor starting off. So his traits: he's patient, he's compassionate, and calm. He is a beautiful character. He is melancholic based on the events that have happened before this. He's robust. He's also widowed, and he's a poet. He's a logistician, open terrain expert, Alcartar, diplomat, and aspiring blade master. He gets this face hostility advantage, which is neat as well. And I think it's worthwhile to note that if you're starting off, he has like a small court, right? He only has some followers that have followed him back to this little island of Himring. So it is normally pushing us down diplomacy, but for this, I'm going to actually start off under martial, because I feel like we're going to need to fight. And there's two events for Maglor. So you could either go and invade Lindon and have a kinslaying war with the elves and try to become High King, or you can go east and try to unify the elves before attacking Círdan. Most people tend to go this way towards the Misty Mountains, but for this playthrough, I would like to focus on Lindon. So, is there anything that we could do potentially before we start off? Most people are out of our diplomatic range. So, unfortunately not. There's not a lot that we could do, but maybe there could be an option for alliances. If we were to maybe send this guy a poem just to start off, right? He'll gain some opinion of us. It would be nice to get an alliance. It would just be useful later on. I don't think it's going to be that easy to do this, but we'll try. Maybe if we sway him, he'll be open for an alliance. So let's do that. We can create an accolade, which we're actually going to do straight away, and we want to go with tactician, or do we want to take vanguard? Both of them are really good, but I'm going to take tactician. And I'm going to create the other accolade as well. Oh, we can't do that just yet. So Maglor has a small but mighty army. He is focused really on skirmishers. These guys are pretty darn good. 250 damage, 357 toughness, and 40 screen. They are unstationed, and if you station them in your main holding, you actually get another 50 buff, which is pretty insane. And we have songsmiths, which is our siege equipment. So let's go ahead and unpause, and we'll see Maglor's story begin to unfold. Once there were 7, now I am the last. In the folly of youth, despair and love and rage was an oath sworn which drove us to ruin. To ill end, indeed, did come all we began well. That seems a little bit strange to me. To ill end, indeed, did all become well. I will not say no good was done, for good was done, yet good does not erase evil, even if good comes for it. That is such a mouthful. For thousands of years I wandered the seashore, lamenting. I can scarcely remember those days, the black pit of despair and maw which consumed everything. I did not know the death of my nephew, not until it was far too late, yet my deeds and my oaths set me apart from my people. And so I came here to Himring. Here I've dwelled since. Despite my best efforts, the news of my presence has become known, and some of my most foolish loyal followers have actually come to join me. We've built a life here after a fashion, humble yet peaceful. Yet even here we hear the words carried across the wind and the seas that the darkness rises anew, and the strength of the free people is not what it once was. Should I act? Dare I act? So we're going to remain secluded no more. The grace of the firstborn. I was born among the elder children of Eru, the immortal elves, and as such I am not subject to vicissitudes of mortals. We do not suffer from illness, old age, and may only die from grievous wounds or terrible sorrow. We marry only out of love and believe that soulmates become intermingled in the process. For us, having a child is a conscious decision, and we will only raise one at a time until they reach their majority. So, like when they come of age, and that's at 50 for elves. It's good to know for marriages and character building later on. None of our kind has married a child of men since the legendary heroes of Edain in the first age, and none will do so again unless ordained by Eru. We rule from elven refuges, and rarely do our armies leave our homes unless to reclaim our invaded homelands, to assist neighbours beset by the forces of evil, or to cleanse the lands of worshippers of the Dark Lord. Dark Lord obviously being Sauron. So that is kind of cool, right? In terms of decisions, we can sail to Valinor. We can only do this if we're deposed, so we're absolutely not going to do that. But our decision hasn't popped up just yet. We are going to invite some knights. We will need some knights. And we're making 2 gold a month right now, which is kind of nice. So let's go ahead and fill out our court. You're actually better there than you are here. And a spy master. Okay, great. So we're going to work on gold. We are going to work on prestige. We're going to work on train commanders. And for now, I think that's pretty good. We can also fabricate a claim, but we will not need it, and you'll see why in just a second. The path of Maglor. So here is where his story splits. Okay, you have 2 choices. I can remain secluded no more, yet I am, as now, one of Elda. With a small following, to fight Sauron, I shall need a plan. I need to plan carefully. 2 paths lie before me. Try to rally the elves and take the fight to Sauron directly, or assert my claim, though questionable, to the position of High King before leveraging that power to then defeat Sauron. So if we go and take the fight to Sauron, we get rally the army of righteous decision, which kind of is inspiring you to unite the elves. Go make friends with Elrond, go make friends with Galadriel, and go fight Sauron. Most people pick this option. I am going to click on probably the harder of the 2. We're going to try and claim the high kinship of the Noldor, which is essentially Lindon, this area here. And in doing so, we have to fight other elves. So a lot of people won't like it. So let's go ahead and click on this. Now, what that has done, no immediate action, no timer, but we now have unlocked a major decision, which is begin the fort kinslaying. The deposed shall be deposed no longer. The elder line of Finwë shall reign. Let's just get this guy to join our court. Even if by fire and sword, we should call upon those who would follow you and launch a war against Círdan, the shipwright of Lindon. He has a way bigger army, pretty balanced men at arms, and we will need to wait and bide our time before we attack. But we would eventually get the high kingdom of the Noldor. So we're not going to do that immediately. What I'm going to do is actually upgrade some of our men at arms. You can see a lot of them are quite expensive, so we need gold. And I'm going to do a couple of cuts here in between kind of gameplay just to save a little bit of time. I'm going to be saving up some gold, upgrading my men at arms, and getting ready to attack. That's really what we're going to be doing. So I will see you in just a few seconds. Okay, so some time has passed, and I think it would be good for us to maybe try get an alliance. It looks like we're not going to be able to get an alliance with this guy, unfortunately. We could get a defensive one, but I'm going to be the aggressor and be attacking. So let's stop swaying him. I did notice that he has a vassal in here. I think this guy initially starts off as independent, but he's been gobbled up. I can get an alliance here. So let's propose an alliance, lock this in with a couple of dwarves. The reason why I wanted to do this is this guy has 400 men-at-arms. They're not bad, so good to have them on our side. Another thing I'll mention about Maglor is make sure you check his inventory. He has Fëanor LotR. Maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. Please correct me in the comments. Write it phonetically in the comments if I've mispronounced it. I tend to do that quite a bit. But this gives him 17 prowess. Let's have a little bit of a read of this. In the Disquiet of Valinor, Fëanor forged each of his son a blade to bear if the worst should come. Though relatively unadorned, these blades since compared to the masterworks of metallurgy. Each blade was subtly different to correspond with each son's strength and weaknesses. The blade of Maglor was Fëanor LotR. The name was a reference to the great voice and its power, and seemed to sing as it cut through the air. It was one of the few possessions of Maglor to remain in his keeping even after the end of the First Age, and the only known survivor of the blades of Fëanor. Really good elusive weapon, illustrious weapon, should I say. So that gives Maglor a lot of prowess, and we're going to continue saving up here. About 50 years has passed in game, but time is not really as relative to an elf as it is to men. This guy's nearly 9,000 years old, so it was just a blink of an eye for Maglor. But what he's been doing, what I've been doing, is recruiting some men-at-arms, which are really expensive but also really powerful. Our main guys are going to be these guys, the archers. They're stationed in our holding. We also have our pikemen, which we started off with, and some decent, like not the best, but decent men-at-arms. Sorry, knights. And we have two accolades which are boosting our knight damage and men-at-arms counter efficiency. So let's go ahead and pull the trigger on the war. We got to begin the fourth kinslaying. We'll call upon all those who will follow me and launch a war against Círdan of Lindon. Let's do it. Wish me luck. This is not going to be easy. Hello? Can we have the pop-up, please? It's taking a while. There we go. There we go. It's like trying to watch a kettle boil. It was believed with the ending of the First Age and the loss of the Silmarils, never again would such a tragedy come as the kinslaying. There's been proven a false hope. Maglor Fëanorian has participated in 3 kinslayings, each of which he has done with great sorrow and reluctance, yet he did them all the same. Now seeking the crown of Noldor, he has begun a fourth. But this one will be no single city engulfed in the fires of war. No, this will be consumed, all of Lindon, which not even Sauron could succeed in marrying. It has begun, and nothing can stop it save victory or death. And so it begins. So it begins, my friends. We are going to call in a dwarf who is... he's a vassal in this kingdom, and he's been a friend of mine since the start. We kind of sent off for an alliance. So let's do that. Let's raise our soldiers, and we're going to land over here so we can meet up with our dwarven friends. Because I'm sure that the elves will be coming from the south. Yeah. So we're gonna kind of make our way down here, I think. We are leaking a little bit of gold, so let's stop the bleed for now. Land on the shores. Come and meet us, dwarves. And here's what we're looking at. We have 6,000 versus 10,000. Heavily outnumbered, but we're not shy of a good battle. We do enjoy a challenge here on the Greyzo channel. By the way, if you're enjoying this playthrough, there's lots of like unique playthroughs like this on the channel. There's also some series and some campaigns. If you like this type of content and you haven't already subscribed, maybe stick around for a few. You may very well enjoy it. If you like this episode, please do drop a like. It really helps out the channel. Thank you so very much. So, let's see if we can become the King of Noldor, the High King of the Elves. They're chasing after our dwarves here. And we're going to come in here to support them. Because I feel like we can defeat this force if we're here together. We have 58 prowess, don't forget, and we also have our legendary blade, our illustrious weapon. So they have turned back, which is a good sign. And what we're going to do is start to make our way south. Hopefully everybody follows us. Follow suit. We could begin to siege. Lose a little bit of stress. That's fine. So they're sieging us. We're sieging them. Let's siege together just for a little bit quicker. We just swapped there. That was kind of interesting. Okay. Speed 5 is going to be dangerous. Let's do speed 4. And let's do speed 5. I'm inclined to attack here because they have split their army. So let's do that. Hopefully people follow me. Come and follow me, lads. We'll win decisively, it says. If we can get our allies in. Plus 49 battle advantage, huge. It's 56 knights versus 40. 71 versus 44. Everybody's caught up and in the battle now. We do have the brave trait we got from a pop-up. And also we got aggressive attackers. So I'll be curious to see how our armies fare after this war. We killed 3,000 of them. Okay, good. We can't recruit people, unfortunately. It's not a thing. Elves cannot be forcibly recruited. And we're fighting against all elves, which is it's going to be challenging. So let's continue to siege. Okay, good. They will come and fight us again, right? So we're gonna come up and just wait a little bit. And I think we come down again for another attack if we can. More men at arms counter. I don't know about that. Let's see. They've just split their army. We have advantage. We need our allies in here as soon as possible. Come on, jump in, please. There we go. So tight. Not no margin for error here. Okay, another good victory. We could do one more battle to max out score, I think. We are losing a little bit of troops. That's okay. And what might make sense is actually just to come across into Lindon to siege this territory. Here they come again. They just don't stop. They don't stop. So we'll meet them on the battlefield once more. We do not fear these guys. And I'm leading them. Like, Maglor is just leading the charge himself. We have 14 advantage up here. This should be hopefully a good victory for us. They're splitting their army again. So you can see Maglor gets in. And then, come on. Then the rest of the army kind of jump in tandem. It looks like we're just about to lose, but then we kind of turn it around at the last minute. 61% battle score. Okay, we could do with reinforcement a little bit, but we're maxed out on war score, and I'm inclined, if we go that way, we will take so much attrition. Let's not do that. Let's now begin to siege these little territories in Lindon. This will take us only a few days. Okay, good. Let's maybe move down here first. They're going to take this. We could jump on this. Let's jump on this. Let's siege. $50 days left. How long is this going to take? 40 days. See, this is what I mean. It's kind of 40 days, 37. I think I'm going to have to go north immediately here. And we have got to fight. We have to weaken our army. We're not in debt, but there's no harm in raising more soldiers if we can. We are countering quite a lot of our men-at-arms. And the king does not fight, so we can't capture him. We can capture others. And what I'm going to do, we can't even mass ransom, we can't get gold back. That's a shame. They have 3,000 people left. And I think it would make sense if we just jump in here now. %72%. Let's come down here, take this little territory back. Right, and we have to be prepared for yet another war. Let's head. Come on, lads. Come and join me. Okay, these guys didn't come this time. So we'll come up here and join them for the siege. And now, if we can all get down here, that would be great. If we stick together, we win. Divided, we fall. They're running like they should. With aggressive attacker, with the men-at-arms counter, we should be nearly taking chunks out of their army every time we win these little battles. Enemy combatants captured yet again. 2,000 soldiers. Like we're losing a lot, but we're also gaining a lot from every victory. Can we siege this now as well? Yeah. We're going to come up here. I think we'll eventually need to get their capital, but for now, we gotta fight. They just got away, I think. Nope, we caught them. Caught some of their forces. And we will come down here. We don't actually have advantage here. Why don't we go back around? How many soldiers have they got? They keep on just getting soldiers. How much gold has this guy got? Tons of gold. Okay. After this battle, I'm inclined to maybe go for a capital. Our dwarf friends helping us out here. That's great. So they have 400 soldiers left, and now's the time. Now's the time, I think, to go for this. Can we go here? Yeah, we can. Be quicker. And then go there. Go for the capital. If we get the capital, I think we get the kingdom. Let's see. Now, this is a hard place to siege because it needs 1,800 soldiers. Oh, they have a garrison of 1,800. And I'm not sure how many people... Well, we should have enough. Hopefully we have enough. We did get a martial perk. So we will take Engineer for Destruction, which will actually help our siege here. It'll be a little bit quicker. 93%. Let's siege. We're so close. Jump on this, please. Jump on this. Artifacts seized. Court artifacts. Okay, we can't break it or do anything. We did get their war banner though. Now 98%. One more holding should do it. Let's go here. It's actually quicker. And just like that, the Fort Kinslaying is over. The Noldoran court, as in Garin, You have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to hold regular court solving disputes of the realm, letting other courtiers take part in your daily routines. Gilgalad is looking sternly at me in direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there is also some surprise in his eyes. Of course there's some surprise. Let them see their new Ingarin. We gain the trait ambitious. We get, as port burned and at the order of the Noldor king, a city sacked by the order of the head of House Fëanor, a people battered until no resistance remains. Maglor Fëanorian has put down all those who would resist his claim to the mastery of Noldor. To the lands of Lindon, he has shown no mercy where he might, but the brutally of the Fort Kinslain made manifest has etched yet another scar into Arda that should truly never fade. Time shall tell if it was worth it. So it ends. So be it. So let's pop our Fëanorian house banner up, along with the ones that we captured. Actually, that's our one, right? I think they look very similar. Let's just pop all of them up. There we go. We have a Palantir as well. Gorgeous. So, we're now the king of Noldor. We'll disband our armies. This would be a really nice kind of place to own if you wanted to do a campaign to then attack Sauron. We have a really strong force now of up to 3,000 troops. Is there any other unique decisions available to us? No, not really. Not that I'm aware of. We can also... here we go. Restore the realm of Círdan. Okay, so this would point us towards colonization and expansion to the east. But I'm not going to do that in this episode. I just wanted to become the king of the Noldor. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like. This was the rise of Maglor the Minstrel. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.